Hello everyone, I hope you had a lovely half term. The first thing we're going to look at now that we're back is we're going to look at coordinates in maths. And we've talked a little bit about coordinates in the past, and of course it will relate very much to our shape and geometry learning. And we're going to think specifically about how they're formally written, and we're going to move on to think about how you can move or translate and also reflect or change shapes. So to begin with, we're going to think about describing coordinates. So you might remember that we describe directions with an x-axis, that's the horizontal one, goes in left to right, or the other way around, and a y-axis, which goes up and down. In the case of 3D shapes, this is more advanced, so you don't need to know it, but it's good to know. Sometimes we talk about a z-axis, which here, if you think the x-axis is going left and right, y-axis is going up and down, you could think of the z-axis coming in and out of the screen here as I talk to you. That won't be relevant here, but it's good to know because people do use coordinates for 3D space as well as the 2D space that we're going to look at, the flat space. So looking at this grid, if we want to describe the position of a point on the grid, we do that by first writing the x coordinate, how far along it is from 0 in x, which is along from left to right, and then the y coordinate, which is how far it's up, going up and down. In this case, you always want to write x first and then y. You can't just do it like whichever one is closest to you. You have to do it in that order. Otherwise, people will think you mean a different point. So for A, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along and 1 up, and it will look like 5, 1. And these are the brackets that you put it in. You put it in the brackets so it's not confused with any other number. Could you try and do the others? Pause the video now and give it a go. B, C, and D. Well, in this case, for B, B is 1 and 4. Remember what we said about doing it in the wilder. So it's 1 point along the x-axis, 4 points along the y-axis. That means it's 1, 4. For C, it is 6 points along the x-axis, 2 points up along the y-axis, which means that it is 6, 2. And you can have negative numbers for this as well. We're not going to look at that today, but it is possible if you've seen that before. For D, D is a little bit of a tricky one. It's 2 along and then it's 0. It's not actually up here, so it's 0. Using that, do you think you could tell me what would be the crossover point of 0 and 0 here? The bit here. I'll put an X on it. Well, in this case, it would be 0, 0, which you can have. You can have zeros. Now, I want you to have a look at this one now, and I want you to try and find the coordinates for each point. So you might want to pause the video, or you can download this one from the Purple Mesh blog. And then there are 2 more questions I'd like you to do. For this first one, I'd like you to draw out the grid, or you can use squared paper if you've got it. So label it. You won't need it more than 6 squares by 6 squares. And I'll like the following coordinates, and then try and draw some lines in between them to see what shape it is. And for the second one here, record the coordinates of the vertices of the rectangle. The vertices means the corners. So just to be clear, we're talking about stuff like this here. Give that a go and send it off to me. I hope you do well, but let me know if you've got any problems with it. Good luck.